I want to take just a moment to ask you a question. Do you live life in the victory lane? Now, when you first think about that as a follower of Christ, we absolutely have victory in Jesus. We want to be in the victory lane, and I want experiences in the victory lane. The word is very clear that we are more than conquerors. That's an awesome, powerful portion of scripture that we can bank on, that we can stand on. But when we talk about living life in the victory lane, that's really where life can get incredibly frustrating if we have a mindset that we just always are in the victory lane. In any type of situation where there is a race, you have to run the race to get the victory. And in scripture, it is the exact same way. We often live in the highlight reel, in the sports clip of seeing the touchdown, seeing the win, and just watching those quick moments. But we have to realize there's an entire game to be played if we are going to have victory. When you look in scriptures, it's the exact same way. It's laid out time and time again. We look at the portion of scripture where Israel is freed from Egypt and they cross over on dry ground, and the waves come back and they crush the enemies behind them. And that's an amazing portion of scripture. That is the victory lane there. But there was an entire race that had to be run up to that point. There was the back and forth that happened in Egypt between Moses and Pharaoh about let God's people go, and no, I won't, and yes, I will, and then back and forth, and all this frustration, all this fight, and all this thing that had to happen, the struggle is why the victory is important. And as Christians, as followers of Christ, we have to understand to get to the victory lane in our situations, in our circumstances, we have to run the race before us. We have to have some endurance, and we've got to do things that set us up for victory over the long haul, that Christ wants to move on our behalf. He wants to position us in places of faith. But for that to happen, there's often times of need and struggle, and we've got to work through those things. So this morning, if you want to get to the victory lane in your relationship with Christ and the challenges that you are facing, realize you have to run the race. You have to play the long game. And we've got to take it day by day to overcome the struggles that we face one at a time. And that's today's Ministry Minute.